Come away with me in the night.
Most general characteristics, I would say that they are involving a charismatic leader, someone that has a special quality about them, that very often attracts people that are on the fringes of society, that are looking for attachment or family or boundaries that are not available in other communities that they've joined. Very often it is demanding of certain qualities, that they have to agree to certain guidelines. It is voluntary, and very often cuts them off from other groups that they belong to, such as family.
Come away with me.
In many ways, what I was saying, it gives them a sense of belonging. It has a lot of set, pat answers for them where they had questions before. It gives them leadership to some extent where they didn't have it before, and real community feeling within the belonging that they matter. Whereas in their other lifetime, you might say, they didn't consider themselves as part of anything.
Come away with me and we'll...
I would say normally they would be looking for members than the other way around. I wouldn't say they prey on members, but very often they would, let's say, meet halfway and meet each other. And it's usually the disenfranchised, and when they get the sense of community, as I said, or belonging, it really answers a lot of questions and needs for them. So it's a little bit of each. Well, again, a lot of it depends on your definition of cult. It's a person very often that has a lot of questions, that may have been on the fringes of their own community or even family, away from home, looking in need of direction and specific answers. It's a whole lot of things. Well, again, it depends on your definition. Originally, the term cult just meant like the public side of religion. You have cultic objects like vestments or different things, but beginning in the 1960s, you get this idea of these groups that are forming that are, against other groups, so to speak, and you look through history and you see these cultic activities. But you can look at a lot of activities and call them cultic outside of the religious realm, I think, definitely. Like sororities, for instance, which come out of religious backgrounds.
Come away with me in the night.
I would say, again, to what extent that the cult affects the person, it can have a positive effect. Very often, by the mere definition of it being a cult, it kind of answers its own question by saying it's negative. But if it gives people a sense of belonging and it doesn't involve, as you said, brainwashing or illegal activities, it can help the person and give them a lot of well-being, focus, etc. I think that's society's definition. Depending upon the group, almost every new religious group is seen by the majority as a cult against or in the minority. And a lot of groups that started out as cultic or as against the grain have certainly developed into very good and formative communities. So again, it all depends who's doing the definition and on which side of the term you're on.